Hello and a very warm welcome to Tech This Week. It was a busy week for the technology startups as they witnessed a number of mergers and acquisitions along with a lot of funding announcements. Japanese conglomerate SoftBank has heightened its investment activity in the Indian startup ecosystem. After Zeta, Offbusiness, and Flipkart, this week it has led a $90 million funding round in enterprise software platform Whatfix. In today's episode, we'll be joined by Kapil Jaiswal, VP of Product at Whatfix, to discuss the deal in detail. But first, let's take a look at the top headlines from this week. Tata Digital to buy majority stake in 1mg. Weeks after announcing majority ownership in BigBasket and an investment in CureFit, Tata Digital, which is a 100% subsidiary of Tata Group holding entity Tata Sons, has acquired a majority stake in e-pharmacy and health technology platform 1mg. The financial details of the deal were not disclosed. These three deals are expected to serve as a launchpad for Tata's digital ambitions as it is looking to build a digital consumer ecosystem addressing consumers' needs across categories in a unified manner. Previously, Tata Digital had made an investment commitment of nearly 100 crore rupees into 1mg in April 2021. Book My Show lays off 200 employees as COVID-19 hits movie business. Online ticketing platform Book My Show has laid off 200 employees considering the slowdown in the business. This is the second major layoff at the company in the last 1 year as movie theaters largely remain shut and outdoor events have come to a standstill. Ashish Hemrajani, co-founder and CEO of Book My Show, said in a tweet on Thursday evening, "COVID-19 has taught me many lessons and I learned another one today. As we let go of 200 of the most incredibly talented and performance-driven individuals, each and everyone has messaged thanking me for the opportunity, the love for Book My Show, and asking me if they could help." He also sought leads for new opportunities for the impacted employees so that they can find new jobs. Global internet outage affects major websites. Several big websites around the world went down for about half an hour on Tuesday because of a major issue with the content delivery network of American cloud computing services provider Fastly. Amazon.com, Reddit, Twitch, Spotify, Pinterest, Quora, PayPal, Vimeo, and Shopify are some of the big names. Prominent news websites like Financial Times, The Guardian, The New York Times, CNN, and The Verge were also impacted. At about 3:28 p.m., according to Indian Standard Time, Fastly provided a status update saying we are currently investigating potential impact to performance with our CDN services. About half an hour later, Fastly said that the issue has been identified and it was fixed. It also said that customers may experience increased origin load as global services return. Along with that, it mentioned that all of its geographies, including the three stations in India, Chennai, Mumbai, and New Delhi, were suffering from degraded performance. Next up, BharatPe acquires loyalty platform Payback. Merchant payment and lending service provider BharatPe has acquired Payback India from American Express and ICICI Investment Strategic Fund. The company, however, did not disclose the financial details of the transaction. This is the first ever acquisition by BharatPe, and it will make Payback India a wholly owned subsidiary of BharatPe. The acquisition is in line with BharatPe's strategy to build a network of over 20 million small merchants by 2023. Payback India, which was launched in 2010, is a multi-brand loyalty program with over 100 million members in the country. It has a network of more than 100 million offline and online partners and allows its customers to earn and redeem points on every transaction at its partner merchant outlets. Moving on to the funding deals of the week, Whatfix, GoMechanic, and Zenoti garnered huge investments. Let's start with the enterprise software company, Whatfix. It has raised $90 million, which translates into 654 crore rupees as part of its Series D funding round. The funding was led by SoftBank Vision Fund 2, which is backed by Japanese conglomerate SoftBank Group Corp. We are now joined by Kapil Jaiswal, VP of Product at Whatfix, to talk about the deal in detail. So Kapil, welcome to Tech This Week. And let's start with what does the funding mean to you and how are you planning to deploy the fresh funds?
Thank you for having me here. Funding means more fuel for our growth. And we plan to deploy the fresh funds that we are going to get from SoftBank to continue our strong foothold in the US. We'll invest there. That's been our primary market. We'll also accelerate our global expansion into newer markets, which is Asia Pacific and Europe. Then, of course, we are a product-based company. We'll continue investing heavily in our product innovation, focusing on the artificial intelligence, machine learning, building enterprise solutions, and providing more personalized experiences for the users of our customers.
Right. And with this round, where does the valuation stand for Whatfix?
So we have tripled our revenue since our last funding, which was Series C. Now, roughly the ballpark figure would be 600 million.
All right. So, yes, you spoke about revenue. Wanted to discuss how has the company's performance been in terms of revenue and also the headcounts?
Yeah, so we have been in a hyper growth phase. It is like a triple three. We have tripled our revenue. We have tripled our headcount, as well as we have opened in different geolocations, United Kingdom, Germany, and Australia.
All right. All right. So where from here for Whatfix? What are the growth projections, say, for coming 12 months?
So we'll continue investing investment in our R&D. Of course, we'll continue in the innovation. We'll also improve the localization support to our global expansion, as well as spend more on the customer support first approach, more on the customer success side. On the growth strategy, we'll continue investing, and the projections would be roughly we're going to double our revenue by the end of this year or next 12 months that you asked for.
Thank you, Kapil, for taking the time out and sharing your thoughts. Another notable funding this week was Washington-based Zenoti, which has raised an additional $80 million as part of its Series D funding round. The investment was led by global private equity firm TPG, and it valued Zenoti at $1.5 billion. The company will use the capital for inorganic growth through acquisitions, and it will also provide its employees liquidity for the employee stock ownership plan. Next, online automobile servicing startup Go Mechanic has raised about $34 million in its Series C funding round. The investment was led by Tiger Global and returning investors Sequoia Capital and Oreos. Shifting gears, British animation giant DNEG expands India operations, plans office in Bengaluru. London headquartered visual effects and computer animation giant DNEG, formerly known as Double Negative, has announced plans to expand its footprint in India. The company said it plans to set up a new office in Bengaluru and hire a talented team of artists and technicians. The animation major did not reveal how many people are set to be hired, but a statement did note that the new team will work in conjunction with its other teams around the world, contributing towards several international projects in the pipeline. Notably, this will be DNEG's fourth office in India after those established in Chandigarh, Chennai, and Mumbai. Honeywell Cambridge Quantum merged to build world's highest performing quantum computer. In a bid to expand its footprint in the global quantum computing industry, Honeywell Quantum Solutions is all set to merge with Cambridge Quantum Computing. The joint venture is expected to work towards building and commercializing the world's highest performing quantum computer and a comprehensive suite of quantum software, including the first and most advanced quantum operating system. The merger is expected to be completed by the third quarter of 2021. Cambridge Quantum is focused on building software and cybersecurity tools for quantum computers, while Honeywell Quantum brings quantum hardware expertise to the table. The entity will have more than 300 employees, including scientists, engineers, and leading quantum computing experts from around the world. Well, that will be all for this episode of Tech This Week. Do stay tuned in and log on to techcircle.in for more interesting news and updates. Thank you very much for watching.